we are continuing the complete collection, and on this video I want to do my 88 films, 101 films and my premium collection. Let's get into my boutique collections. First up, I'm going to do 88 films. 88 films are kicking out of the park recently. I find myself continuously being attracted to their releases. I'm going to kick it off. Toxic Avenger, probably one of the most mean-spirited films I've seen. Toxic Avenger Part 2, not seen this, need to get onto these at some point, but Toxic Avenger Part 3 and Citizen Toxic Avenger Part 4. Need to get onto these, but they're really nice releases. I want to get green cases for these at some point, but you've seen these ones. I'll just go through these quickly. Ghost Town, Eliminators, Messenger of Death, and Grizzly. Recently watched Grizzly. It's a fantastic animal attack movie in the vein of Jaws, very much inspired by Jaws. This film is fantastic. I highly recommend everyone to pick it up. I'm even thinking about upgrading and getting the Severin release. Piranha 2, I quite like this film. I didn't think it was as bad as people say. Nowhere near as bad as people say. Poorly made, yes, but I had a good time with it. Humanoids of the Deep, probably the most rapey film I've seen recently. It's Roger Corman all over. Candyman, Farewell of the Flesh. Not seen this one, but I've heard mixed things. I've got this really nice Hollow Man box set from 88 Films. This is a really nice set, actually. I've not really seen it in the wild very often. I think Hollow Man is such an underrated movie. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think Kevin Bacon is really good in this film. We have the really nice trilogy sets. Urban Legend, a box set that I infamously got for nothing. And then to follow up that in a really good way, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Both fantastic box sets. The films are kind of mixed on the films, to be fair. They're your typical kind of 90s slasher films that are trying to jump on the Scream bandwagon. So that is my 88 Films collection. Let's move on to the 101 collection. It's a very small selection I've actually got of 101 films. Black Christmas, one of the most underrated slasher films of the 70s. So good, with one of the greatest slasher villains in my opinion. Prom Night, another really underrated slasher film. Came out in 1980. Really slow burny, really good. Got Spookies. I've not opened this yet. I got this on a recommendation from Leon Talks Film. He's got a fantastic video on this that I will link down below. Go and check Leon's video. So this is still sealed, so I've not actually got around to watching this yet. Tammy the T-Rex, another film that I picked up on the basis of Leon Talks Film. He really does great work when it concerns breaking down a new release of Blu-ray, so I highly recommend you check out Leon's video on this film as well. I'll put another link in the description. Tammy the T-Rex, it is absolutely bonkers. I highly recommend it myself. It is the kind of film that kind of was made for me. It's gory, it's silly, it's not to be taken seriously whatsoever, and I kind of love it. One of the best worst films ever made. Howard the Duck, yeah. I generally love this movie. I think it's fan-fucking-tastic. But, you know, it's bad, but I think it's fantastic bad. That is my 101 collection. Hello, this is a future Jason. Yeah, I forgot to include my 101 Deadly Night, Silent Night box set. That includes both films. Yeah, sorry about that, but I also own that. Back to past Jason. Bye. We move on to the final part of this video, my premium collection. My premium collection is growing as I go along because I love this label. The premium collection is such a great label for classic films, for films that kind of have gone under the radar. Really excited to delve into these a bit more because I haven't watched some are still sealed because I'm awful. We're gonna go through these. Top Gun, not seen it. I know, I've heard it's really good. Innocent Blood, a recent pickup on the 215 deal. 2001 A Space Odyssey, a classic that I've not watched. People say that I won't understand it at the end, so I'm never been in the mood to check this out yet, but I got it because it's a classic that I need to see, I suppose. Kroll, a really fun action adventure kind of fantasy movie, very much inspired by Star Wars. Really recommended, really fun. Clash of the Titans, one of my favourite films of all time in terms of just general epicness, just so fun. That cover is beautiful. Premium collection is the version to get, in my opinion. Fantastic movie. Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, the film that inspired Godzilla. Without this, we wouldn't have Godzilla 1954, which, if you don't know, is my favourite film of all time. But yeah, we wouldn't have Godzilla if it wasn't for this film. This film really inspired a lot of the Japanese monster movie makers. Speaking of absolute classics, Jason and the Argonauts. Again, one of my favourite films of all time. I love this movie. I think it's perfection. I wouldn't change anything about it. It is brilliant. Excalibur, I've been after this for a long time. The cast sold it to me. The trailer sold it to me. I'm looking forward to it. It's a swords and boards movie from the 80s. I'm really looking forward to checking it out. And that cover art is fucking majestic. King Kong from 1933. A brilliant movie that pioneered stop motion animation and really gave us our first true giant monster. Next up is one of the greatest sequels ever made, Gremlins 2, one of my favourite films of all time. You're going to hear that a lot because I love a lot of these movies that I own. Of course, why wouldn't you love all the films you own? The Shining. See, The Shining's a bit weird. It's a film that I checked out when I was younger and I didn't really like it. I felt it was very slow paced and a bit boring, but it's a film I need to re-watch as an adult because I think I might actually get something out of it this time. And finally, apparently this is quite hard to get now, but Them, a great 50s giant ant movie, and it's #1 on my label. That concludes my collections for 88 films, 101 films and premium collection. Really happy with my collections here. Let me know if you've got any of these titles in the comments down below. You know, are you collecting premium collection? What is your favourite boutique label? Let me know down below. As always, if you're new to the channel and want to see more, maybe become a subscriber-oo, and maybe subscribe. Hit the like button as well because it's the best way to get my videos out to the YouTube world and hopefully see my channel grow as a result. As always, I have been Jason and I am gonna go and make some more bloody cool collection videos.